Do you remember your childhood hopes? You expected to grow up healthy and happy. You expected you'd chase your dreams and catch some of them. You probably realized you'd have to work for your dreams. Too often, a future isn't under our control. The latitude of your birthplace can make a future look very different. If you were born in Nepal, then you or your daughter, sister, mother or son could be trafficked, facing a life of rape, torture, prostitution, or even be harvested for body parts. Your community could be completely devoid of women and children. Generations could be lost.
Child is kidnapped and sold into into prostitution, and woman, someone's wife, is literally stolen and sold. Thousands of babies are killed. Thousands of women have to live their life of a hell. And here we talk about human rights. Here we talk about social justice. Here we talk about political stability. Where is it then? Where is the human right?
Think about the time it takes you to have your breakfast, get dressed and have a coffee. Another girl is taken across into India, never to be seen again. There is 54 girls a day that are taken that we know of. Think of 2 classrooms in your average school that are lost every single day. And their price, on average, they will pay what we might pay for dinner and drinks with friends. For a human life. There is something inherently wrong with that.
Who will speak and protect the right and social justice of the people of Nepal? Just because they are poor, their voice cannot be heard? They are also equally human beings like you and I. They need to be heard. They need to be provided justice and provided hope for a better future. They've got every right to live as you and I have got.
The main reason behind human trafficking is poverty, perpetuated by lack of education. 3 Angels is addressing this lack of education on every front, breaking the cycle that leads to trafficking. 3 Angels Nepal brings hope to the Nepali people. This is their story.
It's all about latitude. The latitude on which you were born can determine the entire path your life will take. In Nepal, over 20,000 young women and children are trafficked across the border into India each year. Shocking statistics, but this isn't just about numbers. Behind every statistic is a story, a real person.
I was stolen from school.
She was taken into India and sold into brothel. She was beaten terribly while she was there.
In the brothel, I was given something to drink. I drank it, something mixed with milk. I don't remember what happened next. When I woke, I realized I've been sold as a prostitute in India. I faced terrible things. I couldn't eat if I didn't do when the brothel asked me to do. I was tied up for days until I did what they asked. A man took pity on me. He let me run away. He brought me to the border here. My family won't accept me back because I have been away and what has happened. I don't know what to do.
Three Angels Nepal always works first to reunite these young people with their families. But many of those in remote villages fear the return of their trafficked daughters will bring a curse upon the entire village. Superstition and shame often overrides their desire to be reunited with their daughter. When this happens, Three Angels is there to provide safety, nurturing, education and skills for these girls to move forward in a new and promising life without shame or judgment. The caste system in Nepal, although no longer legal, is still very much part of Nepali culture and perpetuates the ease with which women and children can be trafficked. Nepal's caste system is a hereditary social division, each caste having its own privileges and limitations, effectively keeping the high caste rich and the lower castes locked into poverty. They're ostracized from being able to work or go to school, and the main income in these low caste villages is prostitution. This feeds human trafficking in Nepal.
Where there is a lack of education, people become easy prey for traffickers who often pose as Indian businessmen with promises of good jobs, marriage and even fame for vulnerable young women. What parent doesn't want a better life for their child? Entire villages are being robbed of their young women. Three Angels educates to stop this, to bring awareness, to provide hope.
Three Angels works together with the police at numerous border crossings to intercept traffickers. This is one of 6 border posts Three Angels Nepal currently operates to cover borders with India stretching over 1,700 kilometres.
As they walk or drive past this station, we literally stop them. Every rickshaw or means of transportation that has been applied is screened, and every individual is seriously assessed. And if they are with all documentation correct, the relationship paper is okay, then we let them go. And then if it is not the case, then they are suspected to be trafficked. Then if she is recognized or diagnosed as a victim, then we take her to our transit home, and then further from transit home to Pokhara in safe haven for other calls.
So literally just 12 hours ago at this very spot, one girl was rescued and she's now where?
She's now processing to get to our transit home.
So one girl was rescued. How many girls were rescued yesterday?
3.
3 girls. Another 3 girls were rescued just yesterday. There's actually 3 girls that predominantly man this station. When they need to, they will swing into action like nothing on earth. You need to understand that these girls have been through so much themselves, and they fully understand the ramifications of someone coming along this road with the potential to be trafficked into India, and they understand the magnitude of that and what that will mean for their life. So they will literally lay down their own to save that girl, and that means that they will stand up to a trafficker. They're allowed to physically hurt that trafficker if they can, and they will also get the police straight away. So it's not just a case of a couple of girls standing around hoping for the best. These girls swing into action and will fight for the life of this girl like no other could, because they understand where they are coming from.
मलाई किनकि एकदम खुसी लाग्छ म यो ट्रेन देशमा काम गर्न पाउँदाखेरि हामी जस्तै दुखी दिदीबहिनीहरू यस्तो के रे बेचिन गइरहेको जोखिममा पर्न गइरहेकोलाई हामीले रोक्न पाउँछौँ उनीहरूलाई नयाँ जीवन दिन पाउँछौँ हामीलाई धेरै खुसी लाग्छ किनकि उनीहरूलाई पनि एउटा राम्रो कुराहरू सिक्न पाउन् र उनीहरू जोखिम अवस्थामा पर्नबाट जोगिन्छन् उनीहरूको नयाँ जीवन पाउँछन् उनीहरूलाई यही नै मलाई खुसी लाग्छ धेरै खुसी छु म यो काम गर्न आउँदाखेरि अझ पनि गर्नेछु भन्ने
Nepal currently has an open border policy with India, which makes it very easy for girls to be trafficked across the border, duped by promises of a better life. Most are never seen nor heard from again. They spend their lives imprisoned as sex slaves, tortured and abused, sold to the highest bidder, even kept in cages with less rights than our pet dogs.
3 angels have been given land by the government at the Dengadi border, and a building has been erected for both police and 3 angels to work even more closely intercepting traffickers.
अब अगाडिमा चाहिँ कसरी नजदिक भएर काम गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले अब नयाँ बिल्डिङ बनाई त्यसपछि हामी कार्य सञ्चालन गर्ने उसको तयारीमा छौं.
3 Angels Nepal supports a bill before the Nepali government to close the border between Nepal and India. This would mean passports would be needed to cross and checks would be in place to control the movement of people between these countries. Many believe this alone would reduce human trafficking in Nepal by 80%.
One day, a man came with his parents. He met my parents. He wanted to marry me. I didn't like the arrangement. When parents agree, we just follow their consent. After we married, he took me to the border. He left me there and never came back. Someone else came to try and claim me. That's when I realized I was being trafficked.
The 3 Angels education program in schools had made Kameli aware of the reality of human trafficking. This knowledge saved her life. After being rescued by 3 Angels Nepal, she was taken to one of their transit homes and then to 3 Angels Safe Haven.
An Indian lady tried to convince me to go to India. I heard in school not to believe it. Don't go. I managed to get word to 3 Angels staff. The 3 Angels staff rescued me. Once
rescued, a girl is first taken to one of the 3 Angels transit homes. At this safe place, she receives counselling, with every effort being made to reunite her with family. If this fails, she is taken to the 3 Angels Safe Haven home for ongoing counselling, rehabilitation and vocational training. After many months, these girls are equipped to either return to their own communities or start new lives in another community, a new and safe life.
The 3 Angels Nepal Safe Haven home is a place where those at risk of being trafficked and those who have been trafficked can come to take refuge. It's a place where they will receive counselling. They will receive care, love, support, nurturing, and they will be given life skills with which to start a new future.
The role of the Safe Haven home is not to keep these girls in captivity, but to build them up to a point where they are ready to go back to the community and live full and productive lives. Some of the Safe Haven girls have become part of the 3 Angels team and are fighting to stop human trafficking. They are so passionate about what they do because they have been there themselves. The thing to understand about this home is the home itself is at risk. There are traffickers that actually circle the home on motorbikes and in taxis and cars. So much so that they have to have 24-hour security to protect these girls. It's a frightening situation and one that we respect deeply. This is why we cannot film what I am saying right now at the Safe Haven home. We can, however, share the stories of these incredible girls and what they have been through.
Kamala was just 15 and had 5 brothers and sisters that her family could not afford to feed. Poverty and lack of education drove Kamala's parents to accept the offer of an Indian businessman to marry her. This seemed like the answer to their problems.
He took me to India. I was pregnant at 2 months. He started to beat me. His family beat me too. I ran away back to my parents' place, but they wouldn't accept me back. They told me to go back to my husband. No one listened to me. I haven't lost hope. I want to show my village that I still have worth. I will fight.
Kamala's story is all too common in Nepal, but her story doesn't end with despair. Three Angels has now given her hope, skills, and the will to fight for a better future.
Safe Haven Home is it's simply a better home, safe home, where the rescued victims get good opportunity for education, for skill, for training, for better life, learning different things, so that they become skillful and they can take ownership of their own life back into their community, start doing something with business or something to support themselves and also to support their siblings or the other dependent family members. That is the basic concept of Safe Haven.
Maylee was just 11 years old when her family married her to an 18-year-old man. She longed to play with other children and go to school, but had been robbed of her childhood.
I would get scared at night. I wanted to run away. I would scream for help, but no one would help. His father and mother would tie me on the bed. My husband would come in and abuse me.
Maylee's husband beat her so badly, he killed 2 unborn babies, one at 2 months, then another at 5 months. As horrific as this is, worse was to come.
He forced me to go to India. I was taken to a home. I was alone. He'd bring many people saying they're friends. They did whatever they wanted to do. They would tie me up. They would drug me. I would wake without clothes on my body. Sometimes my clothes would be ripped. I was so scared, I would hide in the toilet. I got no help. A lady nearby found out about me. She took me to her house. At night, she put me on the bus to the border. That's how I got here. My father is very ill. My mother has leprosy. The villagers say my sins has cursed the family. My brothers and sisters won't help me either.
Despite all the despair and suffering, there is now a story of hope and the promise of a better future for every one of these girls.
Geeta is one of the many success stories of Three Angels Nepal. After being rescued from the border, Geeta was brought to the Three Angels Safe Haven home, and she was not only given a new life, but the skills with which to build a new future for herself and her family.
The counseling sessions were good. It encouraged me and gave me hope. I can start again with the skills I have learned. I came back with high moral and a strong will. I can do a lot with what Three Angels taught me.
Geeta went back to her community after spending time with Three Angels and now uses her skills to be self-sufficient and independent. But she is doing more.
I'm very excited to do this little shop. I learn and earn. I teach others to do the same. It makes the community self-sustaining. They don't have to depend on bad work.
Geeta is teaching other women in her community too. She has started a sewing school for these women whose only previous means of income was prostitution. Three Angels is not just about giving these girls back their lives, but giving back hope and planting a seed for the future. Geeta now looks forward to a future knowing she can provide for her children and dreams of a better life for them too. Near the Dengadi border, we meet another incredible woman called Sita, whose life has been changed by Three Angels Nepal. Sita had been sold into prostitution by her husband, but the Three Angels team rescued her. Today she runs her own store. A happy, confident Sita now supports her 2 children who are going to school and looking forward to a future with promise. Sita wants her boys to get a good education, grow up and fight against the social discrimination that makes such abuse all too prevalent in Nepali society.
Three Angels did not only give me good food and a good environment to live, but also taught me how to cope with my situation in the community using my skill. And with those skills now I am doing good.
Every child's most basic need is to be loved. Yes, food, clothes and shelter matter, but a nurturing, loving family matters more. The Three Angels Children's Home are based around a family model. This is unique to Three Angels. Each home has parents and no more than 12 to 14 children. They're not in orphanages. Three Angels founder, Rajendra, grew up in an orphanage longing to be part of a loving family. This gave birth to the Three Angels family model. The children in the Three Angels homes are a mix of orphans, children from prisons and from lowest caste communities, where they're at risk of being trafficked or sold for body parts. These children are given the love and individual attention they deserve. The family model fights against a community tolerance of human trafficking by placing equal value on both male and female, creating a new mindset for future generations.
Yeah, I remember when I was in India in orphanage, I really there was no one for us to care personally. There wasn't any attachment. There used to be 300 boys in a house. Then there was one dean who used to take care of all those students. So there wasn't no one to whom I can go and tell that I'm hungry or I'm feeling sad. See, today I have become first in class, so this is my certificate. So there wasn't anyone to whom I can go and share my sorrows, my problems. But here, the home model system, since there are only 12 children, so it becomes very easy for the house parents to go to every child, and find out the problem, go and address their problem. So this is very good.
When a woman is sent to prison, her children are often taken with her, and this is a frightening thing because these children are being raised in a prison environment. Children are not provided for at all in these prisons. No food, no clothes, no bed. At the age of 12, these children are kicked out to fend for themselves, even though their mother may still be in jail. Living on the streets, these children often fall prey to being trafficked or begin a life of crime. Three Angels goes into prisons, rescues these children and cares for them in the children's homes, providing family life, food, clothes and education. This is of course done with the mother's full consent.
नमस्ते 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 अनि स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु कार्यक्रम बाल
Three Angels Nepal is primarily about education and prevention. Three Angels has a community radio station that broadcasts programs to educate communities and remote villages on how to keep their children and young women safe. Part of their aim is to help communities understand the tactics used by traffickers. Ganesh, head of Three Angels Nepal Radio, speaks with Belinda about how far-reaching and successful Three Angels Nepal Radio is. It covers 62 districts out of the 75 in Nepal and reaches 80% of the country.
So because of in Nepali people, they don't know more of the internet, about internet, then radio can reach Himalayan and mountain in everywhere. So people can listen with radio, FM, with mobile, and small cell also they can use. Then and in village side people they can do work and they can listen radio background because
in Nepal everyone has radio. It is unaffected by the frequent electricity cuts due to load shedding each day. The Three Angels Nepal Radio uses drama, interviews, reports and children's programs to have broad appeal. They also share information on health and hygiene. Operating 16 hours a day, the radio station has recently been awarded for its service to the community. Remote villages are being given an awareness that empowers and protects.
Education truly is the path to prevention. The Three Angels International Mission School offers quality education accessible to the lowest caste children through to the highest caste children. The school does not discriminate and works to break down the damaging effects of a remnant caste system. The full fee-paying children help subsidise the cost of educating the rescued children. All groups learn about true equality through education. The rescued children and orphans from the Three Angels Children's Homes are sponsored through a partnership with Asian Aid Australia and now have a future they would otherwise be denied.
Mission School, I think, is critical to what we're trying to achieve in Asian Aid, in that we believe in education. I think education is such a powerful tool to bring about a bigger difference in the life of children and therefore the wider community.
The current school is at capacity with over 430 students attending. Three Angels Nepal is fundraising to buy land and build a bigger school as well as 12 children's homes.
I always judge the success of our partnerships on the fruit. And I see the children here, I see the women that have been trafficked and have come out of that. And so that's why I'm inspired by our partnership. I'm inspired by Three Angels Nepal and everything they achieve. So for me, Three Angels Nepal is critical to Asian Aid.
Three Angels Nepal believes that education is the key to change and prevention is better than cure.
Three Angels is there to put an end to human trafficking and to create a community where there is love, where there is justice, where one will respect the others, one will value the other's attitude, the other's culture, the other's belief. It is not just about running an organization, it is working with a mission to fight the battle of human trafficking and restore a community back into a system where love exists, justice exists, and people can live happily. Thereby we build this beautiful nation Nepal, of which I am proud of. Many people will like Nepal.
By an accident of latitude, we were born where education is for all. Our choices are many and opportunities great. We can dream, and so can our children. Three Angels wants to give this gift to the children and young women of Nepal. The latitude of our birthplace gives us the choice to act and bring an end to human trafficking.